Good morning students, welcome back to online classes. See, in the last chapter we have learnt about triangles, about types of triangles according to the sides, about types of triangles according to the angles, about Pythagoras theorem, next angle sum property. All we have learnt in chapter number 6, that is triangle and its properties. Now in the 7th chapter we are going to learn congruence of triangles. Means this is also chapter based on triangles only. In this we are going to learn about congruence of triangles. Before starting our chapter, let us do some introduction. What is congruence first? Congruence means two things which are identical. Means two things which are having same shape, same size, same structure, everything, we can say that those two things are congruent to each other. Means any things having identical shape, size, anything, we can say that both those things are congruent to each other. Example, see here, same shape. If I take same shape, I can take anything, for example, like plane figure. I can take two squares. I have taken two plane figures, that is squares. We can see these two are identical. Mine is one big or small maybe, but when you trace, like when you do tracing of any figure to another paper, by keeping a trace paper in between, we trace the figure of that particular figure onto another paper. That two figures are called congruent to each other. So same wise, here these two plane figures, these two squares are congruent to each other. If I take for not only plane figures, if I take for any curve, and the same curve if I draw, these two are same. Anything having same shape, same size, same figures, they are called identical. These two curves are called identical. Your coin is having two sides. So a coin with two sides are congruent to each other. You can take two identical twins, human beings, two identical twins. Both of them are congruent to each other. Means all the things, all the features, all the shapes, everything is identical to each other. So we can say that both the things are congruent to each other. Congruence means identically same. So we can take congruence of plane figures. Congruence of plane figures. As I said, I have taken here in the example first a square. I can take one rectangle, another rectangle. There are two plane figures. These two sides same. So they are of same size, same shape. So these two figures are congruent to each other. I can write A, B, C, D, P, Q, R, S. So rectangle A, B, C, D is congruent to, this is the symbol for congruency. So congruent to rectangle P, Q, R, S. Because they are having same size, same shape, everything, same figure. So we can say these two rectangles are congruent. This is the congruence of the plane figure. I can take the congruence of a line segment also. Congruence of a line segment means when I take a line segment of 6 centimeters, so the same line, 6 centimeters. So these two line segments are congruent to each other. No need of the second line segment should be like this only. It can be like this also, 6 centimeters. So it can be like this also. Otherwise it can be a slanting position, 6 centimeters. We can say these two lines are congruent or these two lines are congruent because they have the line same of length. When you go for line segment, we see the length of the line segment. We compare the length of the line segment. So two lines it can be like this, or two lines it can be like this or like this. Anywhere if the length of the two line segments are same, we can say that both the line segments are congruent to each other. If we say one is of 6 centimeters and another is of 7 centimeters, we cannot say these two are congruent to each other, because one is of 7 centimeters, one is of 6 centimeters. So these two lines are not congruent to each other. Next is congruence of angles. Congruence of, we can see the congruency through angles also. Like I am taking here, this is of 30 degrees. Same angle 30 degrees. See, the arms of this angle is bigger than the arms of this angle. Then also there is no problem. We just have to see the angles. This is 30 degrees, this is 30 degrees. So both these angles are congruent to each other. Both these angles are congruent to each other. Instead of whether the arms are short, long, I can extend this arm. I can extend this arm also. So my figure comes to the same position. So instead of seeing the arms when the angles are equal to each other, when the angles are same to two angles are same, we can say those two angles are congruent to each other. No need for the angle should be in the same position as the first one only. It can be like this also. This is 30 degrees. So these two angles are congruent to each other. So in congruence of angles, to see the congruence of angles, we just have to see the angles, not the arms. These arms may be long or these arms may be short. Anything but the angles should be equal. Then we can say that these two given figures are congruent to each other. When the angles are same, we can say that these two angles are congruent to each other. Next, next one is congruence of triangles. Before starting the congruence of triangles, what we have learned? Congruence of plane figures. Like any two figures are said to be plane figures, are said to be identical when we place any two figures. Like example, I have taken this as square. Again, when I place this second square on the first square, we can see that both the squares are only one. So we can say these two figures are plane figures are congruent to each other. Next we have learned line segments. If the line segments both are having same length, we can say that these two line segments are congruent to each other. Next we have learnt the angles. When the two angles are equal, no need of seeing the arms, whether arms are big or small. When the angles are same, we can say that these two angles are congruent to each other. Next comes the congruence of triangles. Before starting the congruence of triangles, we have to learn about corresponding sides. Corresponding sides means when I take two triangles ABC, triangle ABC, triangle PQR, triangle ABC, triangle PQR. we have to first compare the corresponding sides of the two triangles. See here, in the place of A, here it is P, here in place of B it is Q, in the place of C it is R. So corresponding side of AB, whether the triangle, after this example, after explaining it orally, I will tell you how to compare with the triangles by drawing the triangles. See, line segment AB is corresponding to PQ. First two sides, means line segment. First line segment I have taken, so AB is corresponding to PQ. Next, BC line segment is corresponding to QR. Next, AC line segment is corresponding to PR. While comparing two triangles, while seeing the congruence of two triangles, first the corresponding side should be equal. Means I have taken here two triangles ABC, one triangle ABC and the second triangle PQR. See, A is corresponding to B, B, Q, C for R. So line segment AB is corresponding to PQ, BC is corresponding to QR, QR line segment QR, AC line segment is corresponding to PR. Same wise, angle A will be corresponding to angle P, angle B will be corresponding to angle Q, angle C will be corresponding to angle R. This you should understand it very nicely while seeing the congruence of two triangles, whether the triangles are, see, if I draw the example, if I draw the triangle ABC here, ABC, the next triangle also, it is not the rule that PQR, it is not the rule that it should be like this only. It can be in the second shape also, any shape, like PQR. It can be like this also, but just we have to see the positions of the alphabets, position of the vertices, whether they are same or not. So A, in the place of A, that is vertex A is corresponding to vertex P, vertex B is corresponding to vertex Q, vertex C is corresponding to vertex R. So AB line segment is corresponding to PQ, BC is corresponding to QR, next AC line segment is corresponding to line segment PR. And same wise, when we compare two triangles, the angles also will be corresponding. That is, angle A will be corresponding to angle P, angle B to angle Q, and angle C to angle R. If we want to compare with the triangles can be given in any ways. First triangle is given it like this, so second also should be in the same position. It is not like that. It can be in different positions also, but you just have to see the vertices while comparing the two triangles, while to know the corresponding of the two, means congruence of the two triangles. So this is your corresponding sides of two given triangles. Next is, with this, as you understand understood the corresponding sides of the two triangles, of the given two triangles, the congruency of triangles is based on 4 criteria. First one is SSS criteria. The meaning of this is side, side, side. Means here 3 sides of the compared two triangles should be equal. Let us do it with one example. I have drawn here two triangles. This side may be equal to this side. This side may be equal to this side. This side may be equal to this side. See, there are 3 sides of the given triangle, It is not the meaning that the triangle here, this side will be equal to this side only, this side will be equal to this side only, this side will be equal to this side only. It is not like that. The sides compared for the first one can be in the second, different in the second triangle, but the three sides of the first triangle should be equal, identical with the second triangle. Then we can say that, let us name A, B, C. Otherwise here A, B, C. Next P, Q, R. When all the three sides of the triangle are congruent to each other, we can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. This is your side. That is, first side is equal to the side of the second triangle. Next, same wise, all the three sides of the compared two triangle should be equal. So then we can say that, see, we can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Means for one side is here, it is not the rule that it should be there only like this. It can be anywhere, any side of the triangle. So these two triangles are congruent to each other. Next one is, next criteria is SAS, that is side angle side. Angle, it is written in the middle. I can write it also as SSA or AAS. These are wrong. It should be side angle side only. The meaning of this is, two triangles I am taking. One side, see, this side is equal to this side and this side is equal to this side. Otherwise, let me write it here, this side. Now coming to the angle part. This angle should be included in the between the two sides of the triangle where they are equal. Means this angle should be included. See, this side and this side, these two sides, this angle is included. These two sides, this angle is included. So this A, B, C, P, Q, R. Then only we can say that they are congruent. Means when two sides, between the two sides, the angle should be included, that should be equal. Then only we can say that these two triangles are congruent to each other. Think if it is like this, ABC and PQR. This side is equal to this side, and what I have given, this side is equal to this side. But the included angle, here it is equal to this angle. Then these two triangles are not congruent because the angle included here, this is not equal to this angle. So these two triangles are not congruent to each other. The angle should be included between the two sides which are equal. Then only we can say that these two triangles are congruent to each other. Like I said, this side is equal to this side is equal to this side. So this is the angle that is included between these two sides. Not this angle or this angle. The middle, this one, which is included between these two sides. So side, angle, side. So here also side, angle, side. So this is the angle that is included. So these two triangles are congruent to each other, and these, because the angles have been different here, so these two triangles are not congruent to each other. This is your side, angle, side congruency criteria. Next one, it is ASA, that is angle, side, angle. In the before one, I told you that. So before this, that is side, angle, side. Here angle should be included between two sides. So here a side should be included between two angles. Here angle is included between two sides, and here side should be included between two angles. Let us draw a triangle and explain it. Triangle here, another triangle here. A, B, C, P, Q, R. Think this angle is equal to this angle and this angle is equal to this angle. So between two angles, the side should be included, that is this side. So between these two angles, this side should be included. So then we can say that these two triangles are congruent to each other. Because angle, side, angle. Here angle, side, angle. So these two triangles are congruent. Triangle here, triangle here. Think this triangle is included, this angle is included. This angle is included, this angle is included. And this side is equal to this side. Side, angle, side is angle. Side angle is included, but angle here side has become out of the included part. So these two are not congruent triangles. Here angle, side, angle. So this side should be included between the two angles, like this, angle, side, angle. So angle, side, angle. Then only these two triangles are congruent to each other. See here. Side angles, angle, side, angle, here it is there, but angle is there, side has been not there. So these two triangles are not congruent to each other. This is your third criteria for congruency of triangles. And the last one is RHS. RHS. R stands for right angle, means 90 degrees. H stands for hypotenuse, and S stands for side. Right angle, hypotenuse, side means I am taking a right angle triangle. You know that 90 degrees here and one right angle triangle here, 90 degrees here. So A, B, C, P, Q, R. So right angle should be there to compare two right angle triangles, or right angle should be there, and the hypotenuse, think it is 3 centimeters. So this also should be 3 centimeters, and these two included sides. So this should be, think it is 5 centimeters. So this also should be 5 centimeters. So right, hypotenuse and side. So these two triangles are congruent to each other. It should be right angle for both the triangles, given triangles. Hypotenuse should be same as well as the side. So these two triangles are congruent to each other. If it is not 5 here, if it is 5 centimeters here, then these two are not congruent to each other. So this is your introduction part. Based on these criteria only, your all exercises are based on. That is 7.1, 7.2. I think only 2 exercises are there. All these exercises move on these criteria only. Means they can give the triangles and they can ask you to find the criteria by which the given two triangles are equal to each other. Otherwise they can give the criteria and ask you to means they can give the triangles and ask you on which criteria these two triangles are equal, or they can give the criteria and they can ask you to frame the figures like this only the this chapter is based on. So this is your congruency of triangles. So continuing with our exercise part, we are going to do it in our next class.